everybody, it is Romania Black, and we are on episode 34 of Word of Honor, and last episode was crazy! Last episode, Zhao Jing got confronted by WeiNing, who's somehow alive. We've been told we'll find out more. Maybe this episode, we'll see, but I am really excited to get into it. We actually only have this week and then 2 more weeks of the live action series because the moderator, Be Happy, told me yesterday that just, hey, giving you a heads up so you can plan because they know how hyper organized I am and love planning. They were like, the episode 37 is only 11 minutes long. And I was like, oh. So they were like, most people just watch it with 36. And I was like, well, that would make sense. I'm not surprised because Reiki, who's been doing an amazing job in getting me the files to watch for this series, so thank you, Reiki. Thank you so much. When I was downloading this episode, after the moderator had told me that, I was reminded, as I've been downloading, I've been looking at like the gigabytes per episode and seeing like, usually like it's like 1.2 gigabytes or whatever. But I noticed that episode 37 way early on was a lot smaller in size than the other episodes. And I was like to a very high degree smaller in size. And I was like, why is that? And then the moment Be Happy said it was only 11 minutes, I was like, that's why the file size is so small. So that makes a lot of sense. So in comparison to the other files. So yeah, so we've got this week, next week, and then episodes 36 and 37 together. And then I'm planning on reacting to the novel. I hope you all enjoy and stick around for that. I don't know if people are interested in me reading the novel. With all of MXTX's works, everybody was like, you have to read the novel. You have to react to the novel. And so even when I did the Untamed, they were like, you have to do the novel. And so I was very, very encouraged to do so. I've not heard anybody really talk about me wanting to read the novel, about wanting me to read it. So please sound off down below if that's something you think you're interested in seeing. Or I guess if you don't want me to read the novel, then I guess I can move on to something else and then just read it in my own time. I don't know. This is a very different crowd and different world than MXTX. So MXTX fans are like, you're going to read every single adaptation. You're going to look at every single version. We want your thoughts on everything. And I was like, cool. This series, I don't know. I don't know what you all want me to do. So I'm pretty open-minded about it. I want to read the novel, but novel reactions take a lot of time, a lot of vocal strain, a lot of everything. I want it to be something that people want to watch. If they don't want to watch, then I don't want to strain my voice doing it when I could be just reading it my own time and coming back and talking about it in a separate video. So I'm leaving it all up to you all. I'll probably be asking Patreon about it in the next week or so after this. So with that being said, I do have some comments from Patreon and YouTube, as well as an extended scene, which we're going to talk about here in a hot second. But Pines841, I see what you did there, says, and that's it, episode 31. I love when Xiang is a supreme leader of a ghost valley who has 3,000 subordinates, always in the dominant position. And right now, he kneels before Zishu in front of a whole ghost valley. Man, he's willing to give his power to Zishu completely. As an Asian, we have a saying that no matter how much power a man has, his wife will always be more powerful than him. I love that. I love that so much. Also, that kind of tracks with WeiNing and Guzhang. Love that too. So here's another context with the hairpin scene. In C-dramas, a hair combing is usually a classic shot in a wedding scene. In the morning after a wedding night, a wife sits at the vanity dressing and doing makeup, and then the husband comes and combs her hair. It's a typical intimate and romantic scene between the newlyweds. Also, Xiang's whole outfit is red. So when this episode was on air, fans went crazy. The show knew what they were doing. I mean, I'm with y'all. I love that. I love the idea that after this literal proposal that when Xiang does out in the middle of the Ghost Valley and everyone, that the next scene is them with the hairpin, and when Xiang combing Zishu's hair, I'm like, In another context, the shot of when Xiang outside with the shaman and Zhou Zishu waiting to get the prognosis, where when Xiang is stalking outside while the shaman is examining Zhou Zishu. If you're familiar with C-dramas, That's a shot we often see during a labor scene. A husband nervously waits at the door while a wife and doctor are inside the room giving birth. At first, I thought I was overanalyzing it, but apparently fans thought that as well. Well, if this was a Megaverse, then Changling might have left out of jealousy because Zhou Zishu had another child. Another son to take his place. That's why he was mad, right? That's great. Thank you so much, Pines. I appreciate all of the context there. Night Owl says, such a shame we didn't get to see it because the robes are gorgeous, especially alongside Zhou Zishu's. The symbolism is interesting here too. WeiNing words may be sharp, but his robes are a calm blue in episode 32, a striking contrast to his Ghost Valley chief red. And a sword behind Zhao Jing's back? Terrifying. Honestly, it's the perfect symbol of who he is. Putting on his front of righteousness while hiding a blade ready to strike the second you're useless. Classic Zhao Jing. Justice on the lips, betrayal at the back. Love that line. Justice on the lips, betrayal at the back. I will use that every day if I can, and probably will. So that was amazing. Thank you, Night Owl. Your comment was awesome. And then finally, be happy for episode 32. I said, Zhou Zishu coming in to stand at WeiNing's face, too closely teasing us, and looking at him like he hung the moon will always be in my top 3 Zhou Zishu moments because his eyes conveyed so much. They tell WeiNing he's here for him, he loves him. They tell him to drop the act because he won't let him face this alone. They simply tell him that the world isn't important. Only my soulmate is. If you die, I die too. Which explains why the moment when WeiNing goes off the cliff, that's why Zhou Zishu has a serene face and jumped without hesitation. If he can't save him, so be it. They'll just go out together. Which makes it so sad because then Ye Bai Yi saves Zhou Zishu and he's like, the fudge, we were supposed to go out like Romeo and Juliet. Again, portraying the heartbreak of Zhou Zishu when he saw WeiNing's dead corpse is masterful. I guess he had a tiny hope, but seeing it with his eyes makes it real for him. Especially that, and I didn't think about this in the discussion, I was like, oh, with his martial arts sense, he can sense the spiritual force of someone in front of him, like we've seen throughout the story. So him seeing WeiNing without any spiritual force is a nail in the coffin for him. Pun intended. So yeah, I didn't think about that he would try to detect the spiritual force and it's not there. So then the question becomes from this last episode, well, if he really was dead, how'd he come back? How is that a thing? Is the body of the person, is the body of the person that was being held there, the body they found, was it not WeiNing, but someone else that had done the face makeup, like the face transformation that the alluring ghost is capable of? Maybe. We might find out this episode. Who knows? And then there's this extended scene that Be Happy sent me. They explained what the extended scene was, and I was like, but then I'm going to react to it. But maybe it's not explained in the actual scene, and they were just trying to let me know. So we're going to watch it and see what we get. And then we're going to talk about it before we dive into episode 34. So we're going to look at, I'm going to put these headphones in, and we're going to look real quick, make sure I get the left and right, to this extended scene from episode 32. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. And I just want to point out that Zhou Zishu's face looks really, really unhinged here. But are we surprised? And go. Right. Oh no, my mouse has stopped working! Damn it! And go. So apparently Sunspot pointed out this was cut out and sent this to Be Happy to show me. Someone, oh, yep, there's the numbing cream. Oh, yeah. Oh, temporarily. Oh. And since they're gone, you don't care anymore. Oh my gosh. And see, this is what he had done earlier in the episode itself. Oh, okay. Well, that's gonna suck because that's gonna suck. Oh, maybe they didn't want to show it on TV because it's too graphic. I mean, good for you and your abs, Jahan. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. I mean, damn. Damn, we can't show that much ab on this TV screen, clearly. So is he gonna die then? Is that just gonna speed up his death since he took them nails out? Oh my god. And, well, of course, you know, our sweet bean, get this right, my poor mouse is dying. Our sweet bean, WeiNing, has no clue that this is happening. So that's exciting. So, Be Happy mainly said Zhou Zishu deciding to pull out the nails is speeding up his death by breaking down his meridians. And he's using Wuji's elixir to push him during that time. So now that episode 33's happened, and he's not dead yet, the big question is, well, what are we going to get now? So, I don't know. The question is how long the elixir lasts. That's probably the bigger question, is going to be how long does this elixir, you know, hold for? Which is, oh, y'all. So anyway, this poor mouse is about seen its better days, but we're going to try to keep it holding on for just until I can get through this episode. So I'm going to be starting episode 40 or 34 from 1 minute and 50 seconds. We're just going to cut to 1 minute and 50 seconds at this point and just see what we get. But thank you all so much for watching with me and for commenting. It's been a wild ride, but we're not done yet. We still got 3 more weeks, including this one. So, and we also have the concert. Be Happy's gotten a bunch of concert and compilation things, which they noted would probably take more than one sitting. So even afterwards, if we end up starting the novel or not, or if y'all leave it to me to read on my own time and get back to you all, we'll see. But with that being said, we're at least going to have at least 2 more weeks of content, concert, things like that to listen to and watch afterwards. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start episode 34 of Word of Honor at 1 minute and 50 seconds. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. And I'll see you all on the other side. Oh. Okay, so we're picking up right where we left off. I mean, hell, what's left of them? Oh. Oop, almost dropped that. Oh, yes, to be forgiven, yes. Oh. Really, Boomer? Oh. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. I like that Yay by You was basically like, can you do my work for me and then I'll forgive you? Love that. Uh-huh. Oh, wow. True. Gushong's like, thank God I got out of there in time. He's like, oh, me? What? Doing things? Just doing what boomers do. Delegating. I like Zhou Zishu's like, when this is all done, I'm going to need a thorough explanation. Yeah, she was like, hold on, wait. Yeah. He's like, I'm about to die and nobody's going to explain what's going on. Yay, Bai's like, my work here is done. Like, tuxedo mask style. Get out! Get off my lawn! He's like, it's right. She's like, yep, bye. Oh. She's like, yeah, he knows who you are. That's hiding nothing. You're still wearing the robes of our people. Oh. Maybe it's supposed to be symbolic of like you dissenting from the group if you wear that hat. Zhou Zishu's still like, what the fudge is going on? Yes. Explain. Yeah, explain what's going on. And there we go. There we go. Okay. And she's like, well, shit, I probably should have checked that before I tore the nails out of my body. Or can't even hear anymore. Yeah, explain all of this. Yeah, what is this? Oh, is he show up? Okay. Oh, good, we're getting this. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Man, and he let out his aggressions on that cliffside, that's for sure. And Zhou Zishu's gonna be like, but you didn't tell me any of this? Oh. Oh. Damn it! And Zhou Zishu's gonna be like, I didn't know, so I'm literally killing myself, and I didn't have to. Oh. Shit. Oh my god. Oh, so... Oh. And he knew too. Everybody knew except Zhou Zishu. Oh my god. And he's gonna be like, yeah. Oh, and WeiNing thinks that Zhou Zishu's gonna get healed and everything's gonna be fine. Oh, and these two are here too. Oh. Oh. I bet. And Zhou Zishu hasn't said anything, so like, what are we gonna do? Oh, we can't hear. Oh. I want them to talk, but like, Oh no. I wonder if Great Shaman notices anything. Oh. Ah, okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So okay, so he's not dead. He's with Scorpion King. Well, that's terrifying. Girl, you've missed the whole plot for about half this series. Oh, honey, it's a love-hate relationship. Oh. Oh. Save is a strong word. Save is a very strong word. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh my God. Meanwhile. Oh, he looks so good. Daikun looks amazing. Oh, wow. Get you done up and everything. Are you drunk, sir? Are you drunk? Oh, he can't speak. Because of the medicine he ate the last episode. Ah! Ooh. Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh. Huh. Those robes look so good on him. Oh, wow. The fact this is actual voice is just even like cherry on the cake. Oh, bitch. Oh my God. Oh. 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 And him admitting it. Oh my God, him saying he loves him, he loved him was, oh, bitch. Oh. Oh my God. Oh. I don't like seeing him mad. That's scary as hell. Oh, I hate the idea of just the violence repeating a cycle that he hurt him after all that. Oof. Mmm. I love how I guess hand trembles there. Oh. I thought he was gonna wrap his arms around him. Oh. Oh. Damn. Damn. Oh my god, his performance is so freaking good. Oh man. Lee Daikun, just slay. Slay, slay, slay. He's like, just drink the whole thing from the thing. But what's he gonna do with him? Is he just gonna hold him hostage there till he dies? Oh, bitch, he will. Oh, bitch, he will. Oh. That is just so vicious. So vicious. I'm not gonna kill you. That'd be too kind. You just won't be able to speak and you just get to sit here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. Oh my god. Ah, oh my god. Oh my god. Bitch. That. Oh, oh, oh. What a scene. What a scene. What a scene. What a scene. Meanwhile. Can you not hear? Can you not hear? Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, hmm. I mean, I get why Zhou Zishu is pissed because he's like, I did something very bad thinking that you died. Oh. Lord Seven's like, yeah, this sounds about right. Sit down. This tracks. Oh, you would ask that? You would ask that? Oh. 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 But what about Zhou Zishu? Oh. 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 Drunk Thompson. Don Mai. Ah. Oh. Oh, the hair pulling back the hair. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. No, it's not fine. He's gonna die. All the skin shit between them right now is just so insane. Oh my god. Oh, I'm actually hugging him. Shut up. Shut up. Oh. Oh, damn it. What are we gonna do about Zhou Zishu dying? He's so perfect. Damn it. You shut the fudge up. Don't stick that head down too lower, son, but oh my god. Oh! No! This is too bittersweet. I don't want Zhou Zishu to die in this series. How do we stop that? How do we stop it? Anything. Every Don Mai with its damn pair wanting to get a damn little cottage and a garden. Every gay duo in Don Mai wanting to go cottagecore. Ah! You don't mean in the physical or spiritual sense, do you? Damn it! Why is this episode heartbreaking? Why is this episode heartbreaking? Oh, no. Oh, this is Ghost Valley, correct? Hello, CG Ghost Valley. Oh, hello. Are they gonna get married here? I love the murderous ghosts are now wedding planners. Best time ever. Yeah, what we got? What we got here? Oh. 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 Zoom in. Zoom in. Oh my god. I mean, Zhou Zishu in the blue robes. Oh, is this for her? Yes. Oh, that blue looks so good on him. Oh! With the purple. Aww. She looks so pretty in the purple. Ah! Well, you did when we first met you. Aww. Aww. Right. Oh my gosh, her hair looks so pretty too. I love it. Aww. Ah! I love you just taps it. Aww. Miss Bride! Oh! Oh no, I can't manage her! Ah! Oh. Yeah, no joke. I'm just taking in the views from the Ghost Valley. Why not? Oh. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, that was part of the whole deal. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. Hmm. Ah, Zhou Zishu looks so amazing in blue. So amazing in blue. Oh. Oh. Aw. Aw. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, well, let's not talk about that. He's like, I don't know if I want to admit that. I wouldn't exactly call it a luxury getaway. He's like, okay. We could throw some scorpions in there, but... Oh, oh. Saint Zhou. Oh. He's cultivated a little saint. She's like, not on my wedding day. Quit giving me philosophy lessons. Ha! Oh. Pieced right out. But not before. He dropped that urn on that table and got noodles to go. Look at this boomer. Look at him. Look at him. Don't knock over the remains. He's like, you know, it's going to be a while before I come back. Oh. Oh. Damn. Damn. Oh. He's like, you couldn't bring them to me one at a time so one doesn't get cold? Oh. Oh. Ooh. Hell yes, all the pins. All the things. We're gonna get her glammed up. Oh, I love. Oh, I love. Oh, oh, with the green. She looks gorgeous. Yes. Oh my God. She looks beautiful. Oh. Oh, she looks so beautiful in that green. That green is stunning. Green's my favorite color, so wow. Oh my gosh. So pretty. So pretty. I don't know how dowries like this work in... Oh, wow. Did WeiNing have lipstick on for a second? Oh. Oh. He looks really put together in this. Aww. 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 Hmm. Oh, wow. That's interesting to have it from start to finish. Oh. Oh, she's so... I love this. This is so sweet. He spoils her for sure. She's like, I've got a thing against weddings. It's like a personal thing. Oh. So pretty. Oh. Oh. Mm. Oh. 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 Or maybe she's not attending because she thinks she's bad luck. Oh. Girl. Oh. 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 Oh, she's staying too. Oh my gosh. Oh, dang. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, and it matches perfectly. Of course it does. Those are so pretty. Aww. Aww. Oh, don't worry. I'm over him. I found somebody much prettier than him. Oh, did she drink the water of oblivion so she'd forget about him? Aww. Aww. You're about to marry him, girl! If she didn't come and Zhao WeiNing's like, oh. So you didn't want to meet me in the other lifetimes, huh? Okay. Damn. Aww. Oh, and he does the opposite where he has the red with the green inlay and she has the green with the red. Oh! Oh. 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 So maybe not with Zhao. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, he looks like such a desperate puppy. Oh, poor Zhao WeiNing. I'm not telling you what I'm thinking about. I can't talk to any of you about that. Oh. Well, yeah, no, that's true. Oh, yeah, no joke. Oh. Oh. Of course, Changling. Well, I'm glad you remember now. Aww. 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 WeiNing is so precious. The most precious. I love the Great Shaman and Lord Seventh, just to let you all know, they've been in the background the whole time. Like, these two vampires came and saw all of this. Aww. I love that the Ghost Valley is just like... Oh. I guess let him in. Let him in. Oh, with all the gifts. Where's Master Fawn, though? Damn, they brought all of the goods. All the wedding gifts, y'all. Oh, she looks so pretty. Oh, they're like, we're not... Oh. Oh. Please. Please. Please, Dad, can the people come see our wedding? Please. He's like, this is supposed to be a respectful den of sin, and you're bringing everybody in for a wedding. Ha! Oh. I love how grumpy he is in this moment. I love that that grumpiness has not left him entirely. He's like, please, will you say no to my face? Ah! Just that wave of that just sleeve. Aww. Yeah! Lord Seventh the Great Shaman are just like, we're just here having the best time. Also, when Keshing on that throne. Aww. Aww. Hmm. He's like, you're damn right you'll let me in. You're damn right you'll let me in. Them just hugging the Ghost Valley members is so weird to me, but okay. I guess it's their wedding, so why not? She's like, I don't know them. He's like, okay. Oh, they don't see Master Fawn. Oh. They look so cute. Hmm. Aww. That is vicious. Well, that was a terrible cliffhanger. How dare this series make us wait until next week to find out if Master Mo and Master Fawn and all them are going to be okay with Gu Zhong and Sao WeiNing getting married. As if they have any room to talk. They asked. My poor voice is breaking. They asked to come and see the wedding, and then they show up to trash talk them. Unless it's a red herring, and unless he's gonna turn around and be like, oh, this is the evil woman you eloped with or whatever, and then it turns out he actually loves her or something like that, and he's like, oh, she's actually great. Unless it's that, it's like, bitch, why'd you come? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to wait until episode 35, if I'm honest. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to wait for episode 35. I don't know. We'll see. I honestly don't know how long this reaction discussion is going to be, because there was a lot that was talked about in this episode, but not a lot happened. It was mainly just building up for the wedding to get some closure with Zhao Jing and the Scorpion King, which we'll talk about. Holy cow. And then to also just bathe us, drench us, marinate us in the angst that is. Zhou Zishu hasn't said they took the nails out. Hasn't revealed that yet, as far as we know. Hasn't said that, hasn't revealed it, hasn't talked about it. And then I'm like, it's just going to happen at the worst time. It's going to happen. And the fact that when Keshing's like, well, now we can grow old together, and Zhou Zishu's like, bitch, no, I literally did a Juliet. And it just hasn't sung. It's been a slow acting Romeo and Juliet scenario, and it's just not set in yet. I'm like, God, why? So hopefully all of this transpires with Zhou Zishu maybe about to die before the Great Shaman and Lord Seventh leave, so they can stick around and help. That'd be great. I don't know though. So if we go through the list here, the Water of Oblivion. So do we think that Alluring Ghost took the Water of Oblivion? I think she drank it. I think she drank it so she would forget about Yu Qiufeng. I think she did. So we think that the Water of Oblivion was maybe drank by Alluring Ghost, who did in fact have to go get the recipe for it, so she would have known what it was. We think that that's possibly the case as we go through our list. I don't know why Scorpion King wanted the Water of Oblivion recipe if he's not going to use it. That feels like an abandoned plot. So I don't know why he did that, unless we have like literally 2 more weeks of the main series. Maybe we'll find that out in those 2 episodes, but that's interesting to me. We don't really see what happens with that, so I guess we'll find out. Prince Jin apparently is going to be perhaps squired, perhaps manipulated. I'm going to put manipulated, maybe, question mark, by the Scorpion King so that he can become a king later. That whole scene with Lee Dai-kun. Lee Dai-kun is an icon. Just, loved it. And then Zhao Jing's poison. We talked about it last week about somebody figuring out Zhao Jing doesn't have to worry about the poison now. He's got to worry about being just a vegetable the rest of his days. So we're going to just erase this whole thing about the poison and just say that he's literally just gonna be a veggie next to the Scorpion King, which again we'll talk about that scene. Okay, so then we have Qingling, Shin Shin, Scorpion King, all that in their plot. They were in fact plotting around Zhao Jing, plotting to take him out, and we got explanation of that in this episode, which is great. Qingling versus Keshing. We got that explained. We're going to talk about it here in a hot second. Zhou Zishu and the 7 nails. He's slowly dying. And, of course, he's not saying anything to anybody about it, being nonchalant. And then what's going to happen when Keshing has to deal with that? What's going to happen then? Hopefully, these 2 can help out with that before they peace out and go back home. And then we'll see what... Oh, my gosh. Huckleberry and this toy. See what happens then. But anyway, so then the glazed armor and the key. The glazed armor and the key. It's not in the plot anymore. That is probably the most baffling part about this series at this point. I get that, you know, I get the whole thing of, well, it was never about the glazed armor and it was never about the thing. Look, if you were here to tell me the glazed armor was just the biggest red herring of all and that it didn't matter, okay, that's cool. But then why have WeiNing pull out the key and not explain the key? Why not have him at least make a grand gesture out of it and have WeiNing hold the key and then throw it off the cliff and be like, we don't need it anymore. I don't need the glazed armor. Nobody needs the armory, and just to dispose of it. I'm amazed that for showing us it's the main plot point, the whole thing, everything's centered around, aside from Zhou Zishu and WeiNing's relationship, everything is centered around this stupid glazed armor and the key to it. And then, you know, if you made a grand gesture of saying we don't need the armory and we just throw the key out, not need it anymore, fine. I would get that. I would understand that. I respect that. But to just stop talking about it, and it's like, but what about the key? What about the glazed armory? Why is nobody saying anything? Like, did we just forget the plot? It feels so weird. But again, some things that I said that about, you know, 2 episodes ago did show up in this episode. So maybe the whole thing with the glazed armor and the key is going to tie into Zhou Zishu and the nails, and we'll find a way to relieve that in the next episode or so. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. The Scorpion King and WeiNing, we did get that talked about. Guzhong and WeiNing, and then with Shilian and all that, we're gonna get out of that. We did find that all out there. Ye Bai Yi and WeiNing, that was resolved this episode. These two, Luring Ghost and Tragicomic Ghost, we're gonna talk about them and the wedding, and then all that. So basically our big plot points were with Zhao, Jing, and Scorpion King. We're with, it was basically exposition no jutsu, an exposition ep, and then Guzhong and WeiNing. Were our 3 points, and of course Zhou Zishu's angst. Were mainly the points of this that we're going to talk about in this. Again, there were really only 4 major plot lines, and then we just kind of went from there. So yeah. Oh my gosh. But anyway, let's talk about episode 34. So we come back to where we were, and essentially, Ye Bai Yi, who we find out had made a deal with WeiNing this entire time, basically tells WeiNing, he's like, look, the Ghost Valley is no good. It's not going to be good. We need to seal it away, get rid of it. And then Ye Bai Yi's like, once that's done, I will have done my part. My job here will be over. And as we see with him eating the soup and noodles, he's slowly dying, which is sad. I don't like that for Ye Bai Yi. It's sad, but he kind of wanted to. He's been immortal for a while, and he's like, I need to go and peace out. So he finally got to take, you know, Rongzhan's remains back to the mountain, back to his home. So he's getting like a full circle moment, Ye Bai Yi is. But he's like, before I go, and before I go die off, I need you to help a guy out and make sure that this Ghost Valley is not going to get out of hand anymore. Because just because you're leaving with Zhou Zishu to go have your cottagecore life, somebody's going to pick up the reins of being the Ghost Chief and cause a bunch of damage. And which honestly, I like the idea of them just sealing off the Ghost Valley, being like, let's just seal them off. You know, I guess in one sense you would think to yourself, well, that's kind of cruel that they're trapping all of these ghosts in the Ghost Valley to die off over time. But the thing is, a lot of the people that are in the Ghost Valley are ones that were seeking refuge from the outside world. So them being stuck there is kind of, I mean, could be worse, you know. I'm guessing obviously the Tragicomic Ghost and Alluring Ghost are staying. I guess that the Happy Ghost and the Changing Ghost and stuff are staying there as well. I guess that's it. I will be honest. I honestly expected the ghosts to have more of like part in a battle at the end. I really did. I'm not mad that they didn't do the whole big battle at the end. I kind of like that. It subverts things a little bit. But I was expecting the entire time for the Ghost Valley, like the top 10 ghosts, to have more of a presence in the series. And they really just kind of peter off and don't have much to do once the Scorpion King and WeiNing meet. They really just, yeah. And the assassins? The Scorpion King assassins? Malicious, Pretty R Hat, all them? They just peace out. they don't have any part in this story anymore. It's like, okay. And then you have Prince Jin, obviously, in the Window of Heaven, which we'll talk about. But again, I've not read the novel. I've not read the novel to know if this is the case. But in comparison to MXTX, MXTX as a Danmai writer, like, leaves no stone unturned. Like, even if you really don't need to look at that stone 20 times, MXTX is going to show it to you to make sure you know that it's there. And then MXTX is like, okay, do you see the stone? Do you see how I'm putting it off to the side? Do you see how we're forgetting about the stone? Okay, are we good? We're going to leave the stone there. We're good. No more stone. Great. Cool. Moving on. Like, that's MXTX's style. Whereas it feels like with this series, we've drove past some of the stones and you remember them, but we just aren't talking about them anymore. So it's a different author style, to be sure. The organizer in me likes MXTX leaving no stone unturned. This style, it's kind of like, well, what about this plot line and this plot line? But again, I'm looking at the live action series, not the novel, so it may be totally different. We shall see. We shall see. But anyway, so with that being said, I love how Zhou Zishu the whole time is just so, you can tell he's mad. And I don't blame Zhou Zishu for being mad, because the horrible irony is that Zhou Zishu thought when Keshing was dead, he thought everything was going awry. He thought it was going to be like, I'm going to do this grand go out in a blaze of glory against Xiao Jing. And then what does he do? He shows up to do the thing. And when Keshing's like, actually, behind the scenes, I planned all this out and you don't have to do any of that because we got this taken care of. I don't blame Zhou Zishu for being mad and being like, what do you mean? I did all of this. How did you not? I don't blame Zhou Zishu for being mad at Wen Keshing for not telling him what's going on. I get that Wen Keshing didn't want to tell him because he didn't want him to get too involved and get hurt, but I feel like Zhou Zishu is in the right on this a little bit, where Zhou Zishu was like, you know how I felt about you. Why wouldn't you say something? So, and then to like not immediately tell him, but to like let all this go on, and then they talk about it during the restaurant scene. I think that Zhou Zishu is very right to be upset, especially because he's basically shortened his lifespan. And now when Keshing's like, oh, well, now we get to live happily ever after. And Zhou Zishu's like, well, no, we don't, because I thought you were dead and I took extreme measures and now I'm regretting all of this. So, it's heartbreaking. So I like at the end when Ye Bai is like, we're going to steal the Ghost Valley. When Keshing's made his promises, he's like, let's go on. And he's like, shoo to everybody. He's like, okay, get out. Everybody leave. Everybody go. We got things to do. That whole scene just wrapping everything up. So yeah, they all leave. And honestly, I do feel bad because Master Fan looks over and then he kind of glances at him, but then I don't know why Zhao WeiNing wore the hat with the veil. I mean, you can tell it's Zhao WeiNing under it, so it's not really camouflage. I don't know if it's like a signal of being like kicked out of a sect, or if it's literally trying to be a disguise. I don't know. The one thing I do know is that hat is barely tied on, and it's driving me crazy in this opening scene. I do like how the episode bookends Guzhong and Zhao WeiNing like leaving and looking back at Master Fan after all the horrible things he said the last few episodes, and then at the end they're looking for him to show up. Maybe Master Fan doesn't believe that he's worthy to show up at their wedding. Maybe he believes after everything he said he's not worthy to come. I don't know. I think we'll find out with Master Mo next week what the thoughts are, but I feel kind of bad about it because it's like everything came out of the woodwork now. You know she's a good egg, just... And Zhao WeiNing's a precious puppy dog, so then they have the dinner scene where when Keshing's like, I'm just going to drink to punish myself. The whole time, I thought that when Keshing had lost his hearing. I thought he had lost his hearing and that was the first thing to go, and that all of them at the table were going to realize it. And maybe he's reading lips and he has lost his hearing. I don't know. But it was really making me sad and upset watching this part of the episode. And as when Keshing explains everything that happened, you could just sense that Zhou Zishu was mad. He lets a lot of it go in this episode, but so we find out he had prepared a body early on and altered the appearance, which does tie into what we've done in this series. So I can't believe last episode I didn't question that to begin with, but I'm like, of course he could alter the body. Of course he could. To trick Zhao Jing. Yeah. He's like, weren't you the one adamant about destroying the Ghost Valley? And Shinshin looking at Wing Keshing, when they exchange looks, Shinshin is kind of flirty in this episode, which is so weird to me. So weird to me. He's like, should we tell him? Should we tell him about our secret rendezvous? Should we do this? One thing I regret, and I know they had to cut episodes. And they just couldn't do it. But I wanted to see more of Changling and Wing Keshing's confrontation. I wanted to see more of it. They don't give us a lot about that. They just basically say, which, you know what? It makes sense now that all of it was an act. It was a very convincing act, for the record. I like that when Keshing's like, you'll get to like air out your frustrations on me when we're on the cliff. And that he did. But also, you know, him changing the dragon pool cabinet, you know, mechanism so it doesn't kill him so much as just incapacitate him. So you guys colluded to become allies long ago. Shinshin's just having the time of his life. Just living it up. And was the Sword Immortal helping you? I feel bad because Zhou Zishu had no clue about any of this. And everybody was in on it except Zhou Zishu. I genuinely feel bad for him. Like, you couldn't tell your husband that you were getting help in all this. If it weren't for Elder Yi's generous support. So he basically met him up in the woods and was like, okay, if you do this and you help seal the Ghost Valley, then I'll forgive you, I guess, since you've bowed to me as the boomer that I am. And Shinshin said he was most worried how Wing Keshing would conclude this. But I can't worry about so many things as long as I can clear the way the false accusations against my eldest brother and the others. I like that Shinshin's like, look, whatever happens, I'm just here to clear my brother's names, so we're all good. Can we also talk about the fact that throughout this entire episode, and in fact, the fact throughout like the last 10 episodes, the Great Shaman and Lord Seventh are like, wow, y'all have some crazy stuff going on here. There are moments where the Lord Seventh and Great Shaman kind of look at each other and they're like, can you believe this? Like, we're just on vacation and all this crazy drama happens while we're just hanging out. Oh my God. I love it. I love it to pieces. But yeah, he's like, thank goodness we had Master Ye Bai there. Let's give a toast to him. Poor Zhou Zishu. I just feel for him. I'm confused about one thing. Why didn't you take Zhao Jing's life? And he's like, well, he's like, Dang Quan. So we find out Dang Quan had been a drugman, but the Scorpion King knew a way to reverse it, which, sure, I'll take that. They explain how Duan was able, how Dang Quan was able to regain his consciousness to speak up against Zhao Jing. I'm fine with that. That all makes sense. But he says that Scorpion King wanted Zhao Jing left alive for him. And it's like, Yep. So he's like, oh, they talked a little bit about this. Scorpion King used bewitching poison to control the top 10 evil ghosts. And she's like, Master agreed to collaborate with him, all because he wanted to borrow soldiers to get to the window of heaven in time. Okay, so the two of them collaborated and made a deal about getting Zhao Jing all for himself and doing everything to rescue Zhou Zishu. Okay. Interesting. The only thing that can destroy the ghost realm is the human heart. And so then we cut to Zhao Jing, who's like, my junior brother's revenge is complete and he can live a carefree life. But I don't have much time left. I'm like, why? Why is this so sad? Why is it so horribly sad? Anyway, that's that whole thing lined up with our exposition no jutsu. Then we have the Scorpion King and Zhao Jing scene. Everything about this scene is incredible. Everything about it is incredible. The Lee Dai-kun's acting, I can't chef's kiss it enough. His just everything about him. His makeup, perfect. Hair, perfect. Clothing, perfect. Eye contact, perfect. Expressions, perfect. Emotion, perfect. Just, I feel like Lady Gaga in that woman. Brilliant, exceptional, ahead of its time, never before seen. Like, just, I could not take my eyes off him. So good. What else do you want me to say? He just looked impeccable. And everything about this scene, the fact that they manicured his nails, got him prim and proper, the fact that Zhao Jing is gonna sit in that chair without being able to say anything while Scorpion King does whatever he wants. Because the thing about it is a brilliant reversal, because Zhao Jing's whole thing was disposing of his enemies where they were no longer in his life. His thing was like, love them and leave them. He would use them and then dispose of them, to where he didn't have to have them in his life, and thus he didn't have to reflect upon them, and he could move on to the next target. And he never had any lingering. Zhao Jing's whole thing was to erase the evidence and have nothing lingering that would be a problem for him. And I love that the Scorpion King does the exact opposite. He says, oh no, killing you would be kind. Killing you would be easy, but I'm not like you. I'm going to make you sit here, and you're going to be always a reflection upon me, and I'm never going to let you just get off the hook. You're going to slowly wither away while you watch me come to glory, and I want to be there to see it on your face. And I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if he took the water of oblivion and drank it just so he would forget his lingering love of Zhao Jing, and then just let him sit there and just suffer through it. Oh, it was genius. It was so good. Oh, I shout out to Zhao Jing's actor for acting just like the tears when he realized what was going on was so damn good. Also, the one part that made me sad was when he did like have an emotional outburst when he came over there. And he's like, you know what? You looked down on me and treated me carelessly. You hurt me over some scum that has no right to carry my shoes just because I respect you. And the fact that this show, with all the censorship in it, said the fact that I respect you and love you, I was like, and I know they could say, well, it's love in a familial way, but we all know that ain't the case. We all know that's not what was going on. And I was like, oh, that was genius, because I'm worth nothing and take it for granted. And I love that he just slinks, like everything about this scene is so well done. He slinks around and just slowly like, I know he's a scorpion, but slithers like a snake. And then when he came up from behind Zhao Jing, I wanted him to wrap his arms around him, but then he does it later on. He sits on his lap and hugs him, which is just as powerful. He's like, become supreme leader of the martial arts world. I'm going to do it just to make you fail, just to prove to you. This is the part that I was like, oh. He grabs him, that whether I will destroy you, how I will destroy you, all depends on my whim. Scorpion King looks very adorable and like a little lost puppy 95% of the series, but the 5% where he's pissed off is terrifying. And this was terrifying. And it was really sad, because it's just like that cycle of trauma and that cycle of hatred that Zhao Jing continued on with the Scorpion King just comes right back around. And it's sad. It really is. Ugh. And then he says, never mind. Yeah, and then he just like sneaks around him. You're so unsightly, but you're the only relative I have left in the world. Oh. He's like, I'm going to win over this world. And then this part here, as he's like caressing him, like that perfectly coiffed hair, he's like, I gave you so many chances. Oh, that line is so crazy. So then, yeah, he just drinks all the wine, which is really funny because it's like a parallel to what happens with Wen Keshing drinking all the wine. Funny that. He drinks all that, and then this part here, where he says, how monotonous. From now on, you can enjoy a carefree life. He's not going to be able to talk. He just has to sit there, and he's like, I'll make sure you're taken well care of. Oh, bitch. And he's like, and I like that he just, like, tosses the napkin down to the ground after he wipes the dribble off of his chin. And then he sits on his lap. He's like, I'll let you personally see how I rise up and become king. And if I'm in a good mood, I'll kill that little Prince Jin and make myself emperor. And he's like, I'm going to have everything you wanted. And I'm going to show you I can do it just because of who I am. And then you get to watch. So I guess that's why we don't see what happens to the scorpions, because they're all going to follow him to do whatever. And honestly, Zhou Zishu, after his encounter with Prince Jin, he ain't gonna give a shit. And Han Ying's over, so he's like, I don't care what happens Window of Heaven now. All my people are gone, so you all have fun with that. He's like, I just want to live my cottagecore life with my husband if I make it through. Damn, that scene's so good. Everything with Zhao Jing and the Scorpion King as he hugs him and everything, all of it is so good. And there is like a twisted part of it where Zhao Jing has constantly hated being sidelined and not given any attention. So there is like a weird sort of twisted, manipulative, like dark Don Mai element to this, where Zhao Jing is kind of like, you're not going to be forgotten. You're going to be right beside me as I take over, and you get to watch it happen. Like, it kind of twists it in a weird way, and it's fascinating. It's so interesting, but that scene's perfection. That scene makes the episode. It's so damn good. Spared no expense. So then, if I was worried that when Keshin came over there, and they were going to be like, what do we do? And so Zhou Zishu finally stands up, and he's like, oh, he finally gets enough, or he starts talking about Changling and gets to his feet. He's like, your plan was for my disciple to use the self-defense weapon I gave him to kill you right in front of my eyes. Which, to be fair, Zhou Zishu has every right to be pissed in this moment, because that's pretty messed up. He's like, my own disciple, with the self-defense weapon that I gave him, with all the history behind it, you were going to have him use it to kill me in front of my eyes, knowing you were going to be fine. Yikes. Yep. I thought the whole time he couldn't hear, and the moment he stands up, it's like, oh no, he was just waiting for the right moment to get in his face about it. And Shin, though, is like, hey, I know that sounds real bad when you say it that way. He's like, but I convinced Wen Keshing to do it. The great shaman Lord Seventh did, Ye Bai Yi, so we all were kind of against you. He's like, we had to do it this way. And Zhou Zishu's like, I can't believe you guys. You guys all suck. And he's like, how should I? Now the moment that Wen Keshing's like, how do you want me to punish me? I was like, are we going to talk about this here in front of all these people? I love that the great shaman and Lord Seventh, they're like, yes. they're like, what do you want to say? How's it going to go? And he's like, drink 3 flasks. There's a moment, he's like, I need you to drink 3 flasks of this alcohol. And there's a moment where Guzhong and WeiNing and Changling are laughing. Shin and Zhaolian are laughing. Ping On is laughing. And then you see the great shaman and Lord Seventh kind of look at each other like, oh, drink them 3 flasks. Oh, yes. Oh, I can't imagine what they're going to get up to later. Which I wondered if the novel had them get up to stuff later and the live action just couldn't show it because censorship. But maybe it's in the novel. Maybe it's not. I guess we'll have to see. But in any case, yeah, because him showing up, I was getting lots of Lan Wangji flashbacks with Wen Keshing showing up drunk off the wine. Although Wei Wuxian could never be as angsty as Zhou Zishu, I don't think. He could try. He could give him a run for his money, but I don't think he could match the ennui and angst of Zhou Zishu. I honestly, can I say this, for as much censorship as we've gotten, and the censors are still off on their Bahama cruise, I was really impressed with how much skinship and how many little flirty, intimate things they got away with in this episode. And the hug, they got away with the hug in this episode. I was like, which I guess they could be like, oh, they're just being brotherly. And I'm like, sure, Jan. Yeah. But like the holding of the arms and the hands, I'm also like, when Keshing, if that head gets any lower down that abdomen, you're gonna be lamenting into a different part of Zhou Zishu. Mm-hmm. But he's like, let's have a toast. He's like, I'm so happy. I was gonna destroy this world and destroy myself, but thankfully I met you. And freaking Zhou Zishu's like, well, that's cool and all. That's real great. Except I've already destroyed myself. So now it sucks. Damn it. Mm-mm. I hate it. It sucks so much. He's like, I wish... What does he say there? He's like, I actually wished for me to do all this. He looks like such a little kid in that moment when he presses his head up against Zhou Zishu and he just has his eyes open like that. He looks like such a little kid. He says, it looks like as soon as I close my eyes, oh, that I can see them smiling at me. When his eyes are open right before he says I can see them smiling at me, he looks like the little kid version of himself. It's so crazy. The likeness is uncanny. It's wild. And then Zhou Zishu gets so sweet and sentimental and like lays him down. And then he's like, after we marry off Guzhong, we should go get a little house and a little garden. And I'm like, shut up. Doing the Don My Cottage core for all the gay couples in this. How dare they? And then, he's like, I could go see my parents and, go back to their grave and see them with you. He's like, well, you'll accompany to see them, right? And when he says, yeah, I'll accompany you, I'm like, oh, in the spiritual sense? I can't believe he's sitting there crying, looking down at him. Not fair. Not fair. Bitch, you better be all right next episode or we're going to have problems. If Zhou Zishu dies and isn't revived or when Keshing isn't able to join him, where's their red threads that bind them? Not cool. So then we get the wedding, which, okay, there's only one aspect about this whole thing that I was like, tilt my head sideways. The wedding looks beautiful. The venue, all the red lanterns, everything is gorgeous. You could not, like, the robes that when Keshing are wearing, they have the little flecks of blue in them, and the little flecks of blue are the same as Zhou Zishu's robes, who has the red stripe within them, and they're just playing off of each other in terms of color. And it made me wonder, because then later when you see Guzhong's robes that are green with the red inlay and WeiNing's are red with the green inlay, I'm like, are Zhou Zishu and Wen Keshing basically doing a wedding of their own here where Zhou Zishu now has the hairpin in his hair that was given to him by Wen Keshing. So is this just them at a wedding? Are we doing a double wedding? Maybe it looks like it. Their robes are amazing. Their robes are Zhou Zishu in this blue is my favorite. I liked the Winter New Year's robes. They were great, but this blue is so striking. It's so gorgeous. And when Keshing just looks the best in red, he really does. Red's his color. He also bleached that damn fan. Doesn't have any bloodstains on it anymore. But yeah, there's even like a little blue in the sash of his robes too. These two, I tell you, y'all. As much as I like, you know what? For the budget being like completely hitting the floor in this series, to see Guzhong with her amethyst robes where she has the little jewel and the hairpiece and the little purple and black robes, they only had her in this for like this one scene and she looks beautiful. But, I thought for a moment she was getting married in that purple and I was like, I mean, it's cute, but... She talks about the dowry and everything's all cute here. Changling's here. They're all talking about what to do. And he's like, we're going to seal up the Ghost Valley after all this is over. And so we're just here to give you this wedding and all this. And then we're going to leave. He's like, I'll definitely visit you even if I'm with Zhou Zishu. I liked the idea of when Changling, they said that the laughing ghost, the happy ghost, and the changing ghost were in this water dungeon, which was giving me Scum Villain self-saving system vibes. But he's like, what should we do with them? He's like, what were you going to do with them? And I liked that when Keshing was like, well, he's like, you don't want to know what I was going to do with them. He's like, we could just leave them in the dungeon and, you know, let them learn the errors of their ways. And Changling's like, that sounds like a great idea. And when Keshing's like, that's what I was going to do. Uh-huh. Sure thing, Jan. We'll just keep them there. Yep. And then he's like, if we kill people in the past can't change. Master said that the eyes are grown in front of you, so you should look in front of you. How can we kill people? And Zhou Zishu's like, I was planning on killing all of these people, but good for you, Changling. I like that both Wen Keshing and Zhou Zishu, who have been two of the murderous people in this series, and Changling's like, you know, you guys taught me we shouldn't kill everybody, and they both kind of look at each other like, yes, I'm glad that that's the lesson you learned, because we both weren't gonna do it. Also, I guess Changling might not end up with Zhao Lian because he's like, she's more of like a sister to me. What are you talking about? I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see where that goes if we get anything with that. But yeah, so I don't know anything much about dowries with wedding couples and how that all works. I guess the easiest thing to do would be to look here and see. So I want to see like Chinese wedding dowries. How does that work? Okay, I'm going to go to Reddit because Reddit, you know, of course, a reliable source, says, let me see here. This one's talking about like if somebody from Britain married somebody from China. So I want to see like, how does that work? The bride's dowry. So this is from 2023 from Chengju, the modern guide. Okay. In Chinese culture, the bride's dowry, known as Zhuang, refers to gifts given by the bride's parents to their daughter, which would make sense why the tragicomic ghost and Wen Keshing are giving gifts, because they're practically her parents. The dowry is a symbol of the wealth and prosperity of the bride's family, and is to provide blessings and well wishes for their daughter's marriage. Not to be confused with dowry in other cultures like Indians, where it's given as by the bride's family to the groom or his family as a form of payment. The bride's dowry usually is presented together with the return gifts, also known as huili, on the day of the betrothal ceremony. Okay, cool. So that's what I was wondering. I was like, well, how does this work? But it's all symbolic things just for the bride that's supposed to be like, here's your dowry, you know, have a great marriage. Cool. So there's like a tea ceremony set, a prosperity lamp. Okay. They symbolize fertility and wealth. Okay. They talked about having like a plump baby, which I was like, sure. But WeiNing and Guzhang are like so thin. I don't know if they'll have a plump baby. They might have a little baby, but yeah. And then auspicious ruler is included if there's no hair combing ceremony. Okay, prosperity and the ability to measure wealth. There's a red fan. We did see the red fans. A sewing kit, new linens for the bridal beds. Well, yes, the bed saying. Basically, we're going to use some good bedding so that y'all can have sex for the first time on it, and then you can get rid of it. It's auspiciously red. The 2 pair of little red wooden clogs that are bedroom slippers that are prosperity and good fortune. A red umbrella. Traditionally, the red umbrella is held by the bride's father. During the ceremony, when the bride leaves home for the grooms, the bride will be sheltered by the red umbrella to ward off negative elements while making her way to the bridal car. Interesting. So hopefully will Wen Keshing be carrying like a red umbrella over her? That would be awesome. I would love that. Okay. Interesting. Cool. So we get that. That happens here. And Changling talks about that Ye Bai has left to go back to Changming Mountain to take Rongzhan's ashes up there. Which I did like this scene of the ashes on the table and him getting the 2 bowls of noodles. That was really sweet. I liked that. And eating noodles for all of them. But he also noticed his hair is starting to fall out, so he's starting to like lose some of his lifespan, which makes me feel sad for Ye Bai, but I feel like, again, I've talked about it previously. Ye Bai has a very, like, Zeno vibe from Yona of the Dawn. And so I feel like Ye Bai's okay with slowly, like, dying because he's like, I've been waiting on this for a while. And now I've, like, made all my amends. I've gotten to take Rongzhan's ashes back. Everything's all kind of wrapping up for his character. So it's sad, but I like that he's kind of getting the closure that he wants, you know? We'll see if we see any more of him the next 2 weeks. Okay. Guzhong's gorgeous. Guzhong, the wedding robes, the green wedding robes are by far my favorite outfit in this whole damn series. Those green and red wedding robes are the most beautiful thing I've seen on this show. They are insane. Gorgeous. Green's my favorite color. So the green and the gold and the red. What else can you say about it? It's beautiful. WeiNing looks great in red, by the way. He looks beautiful. But this dowry is insane. The chairs, the jewelry, all of it, it's so beautiful. And one thing that I love about it so much is Guzhong came from nothing. She was this little scrappy orphan that was dropped off in the Ghost Valley. So she's never had anything. And for her to be surrounded by not only this wealth of gifts from her family, but to be surrounded by WeiNing, the Alluring Ghost, and the Tragicomic Ghost. It's so sweet. I love it so much. It's so pretty. And WeiNing looks a little older here. I don't know, something about the makeup they have on him and his hair and everything. He looks a little bit older. He looks like a dad, which is super cute. Super cute on him. He's a cool dad. Also, the Alluring Ghost and the Tragicomic Ghost, when the Tragicomic Ghost was like, oh, don't worry, the two of us will be just fine here, trapped in the Ghost Valley, and Chu Chincho was like, yep, we'll be just fine, the two of us. I was like, we're getting a little bit of some Yuri going on here, post-story, perhaps. The way she played off when she says, what about Yu Chufong? And she was just like, who? That was really well acted. That part was really good, too. Yeah, no, WeiNing looks older in this scene. He looks more mature. Maybe because of how his hair's pushed back. But yeah, the wedding pins, those are so pretty. And it's really this little tender moment because the Tragicomic Ghost talks about how she didn't get to get married herself. And now she's like, you get these pins. It felt very kind of Corpse Bride with Emily and Victoria. I love it. I am sad that she says she can't be there for the wedding. I get it, but I am sad about it. Also, Guzhong with the red lipstick does look really mature for her age. It's just, this is so pretty. All the ornaments, everything is gorgeous. I love it so much. I love that she puts the pins in. She looks so pretty. Anyway, so I could stare at them all day. She puts on the bracelet that her and WeiNing both have. He looks great. I love the dragons on his robes. I love how nervous he is. I love that Changling's like, what are you nervous about? And WeiNing's like, but he also is sad because his family is, the sect isn't there to watch him get married, which then we find out they're going to show up, and it's like, okay. Again, Great Shaman and Lord Seventh are just, just hanging out in the Ghost Valley. They've been everywhere. They've gone to the Four Seasons. They've been inside at the Heroes Conference. They've been at the Ghost Valley. These guys have gone on a whirlwind vacation together, seeing all this stuff go down. It's hilarious. And he's like, well, I'm thinking I always wanted them to see me get married. And then Changling's like, oh yeah, Sect Leader Shin met your junior master and already told him everything. He's like, I forgot to tell you and all the craziness that was happening. He says, you unfilial little brat. Remember what is right from wrong. I hope you can perform acts of philanthropy with your wife. Whatever that means. I will not have taught you for nothing. I will slowly convince him. And if you have a plump little boy in the future, bring him to see me. Oh, and WeiNing's so precious. He's so cute. He's like, I was wondering how that old fox Master Mo could have cultivated such a big rabbit. Your junior master is a clear-headed person. Since the grudges between the righteous and evil are settled, one day everything will become peaceful. I like that Zhou Zishu tries to say that. You know, he's like, I won't be here, but some things are going to be peaceful in the future. Aww. And then, so my only thing with this entire business is the Ghost Valley soldiers. So I get the girls that are helping Guzhang get ready, like they're all excited about the wedding because they've come to the Ghost Valley seeking refuge, right? And they really have not participated in any of the battles at this point. They're just there seeking refuge, and now they're helping Guzhang and all that. But the Ghost Valley soldiers, like, I get them listening to WeiNing and letting Master Mo and all of them in and organizing the wedding because WeiNing told them to. What a time. You went from fighting in battles, trying to kill all these people, to holding a wedding for them. Cool. The only part of the episode that took me out is that when they let the Gentle Wind sect in, there is a scene where they come up after they meet with the Ghost Valley. They come up and it shows them like coming to the top of the stairs and everything. And they're just like hugging each other like the Ghost Valley soldiers are hugging the Gentle Wind sect. And I'm like, weren't you all killing each other 2 episodes ago? I mean, I'm glad it happens. It's just so distracting and weird. I was just like, but okay, peace and love. It's a wedding. Peace and love's a wedding. That'll do it. So I like that WeiNing goes up to WeiNing being like, I want them to come and see us at our wedding. Junior Master must have managed to convince Master Mo. He treats me the best. He must understand if they aren't here, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Which, did they come all this way with wedding gifts just to get on to him? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see next week. And WeiNing, I do love there's a little lingering. In this shot, there's a little lingering, like, you know, WeiNing is the son-in-law. There's a little lingering grumbliness. And if you watch him getting his sleeve, like, shook, you can see Zhou Zishu in the back, like, kind of smirking. Like, you know, him and Chengling are kind of smirking at him. Can I let him in to watch the ceremony? They were wonderful when I was there. Oh, and again, WeiNing looks like such a dad. He looks like such a father. Aw. And Zhou Zishu, I like that the Great Shaman and Lord Seventh are looking at each other like, oh, is this drama on wedding days? And so then they go to Zhou Zishu being like, you convince him. You convince him. And he's like, all right, what'd you call me? And he's like, Brother Zhou. He's like, all right. WeiNing's such a grump. I love it. He's like, too bad I'm not the Ghost Valley chief to make the decision. They set aside their pride to come and congratulate them. Well, hopefully, by the end of this episode, I don't know. I love Zhou Zishu has to talk WeiNing into it. And he looks so stern there. It's great. Just grant the... I love that he just looks so stern at Zhou Zishu. And then when he looks at him and Zhou Zishu is just so serene, he's like, God damn it, I can't say no! Do whatever you want. And then he goes and sits up on that throne, which, by the way, is big enough for him and Zhou Zishu to sit on together. Just knowing it. Just saying. It's big enough for all of them to sit there. Just saying. You could sit right beside him. I'm just saying you could. I love it. He looks so mature there. So when they come back out, they let all the members in, and they're waiting to see Master Fan, who does not show up with all of them. And they're kind of looking at each other like, uh-oh, what do we do? And then all the gifts are being carried in. And then Master Mo is the last one to come up. Yeah. And he doesn't look very happy about it. He looks like he was forced to come here against his will. Even though WeiNing's like, oh, you showed up. Senior Mo isn't here either. Where's Junior Master? He looks so severe. And then, right when Guzhang tries to say something to him, he says, she is the evil woman who you eloped with. Now, I don't think Master Mo has seen her, but he saw her in the cave, right? He saw her in the cave, didn't he? Or, okay, wait. They had skirked around the edge and ran. They might have gotten out of sight, out of mind, while Master Mo was talking with Zhao Jing. So they may have not actually met him. It was just Master Fawn that they met. Okay. So $10 says the next episode because they brought in all these gifts. So if they brought in all these gifts, they're not just going to trash talk the couple. My guess is when we start episode 35, he's going to be like, this is the evil woman you eloped with? Why didn't you tell me she was so beautiful? Like, I feel like they're going to start the episode with that. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so Zhou Zishu is slowly dying. That sucks. They're probably going to address that next episode. We're going to have the wedding of Guzhang and WeiNing, which is exciting. So I'll wait and see what the comments are. But in the meantime, I'm really excited to hear your thoughts down below. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I can't believe I nearly talked for an hour about this episode. I really didn't think I would have as much to say about it because it was pretty straightforward, but that's what Word of Honor does. So, in any case, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back very soon next week with the penultimate week of Word of Honor, and I'll see you there.